This is Mac OS Ken.
Apple gear is still cool with the kids. The A15 Bionic is better than expected. And Apple remembers the past while working for the future. It is Wednesday, the 6th of October, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Upstart. Fair and fast personal loans. Learn more and check your rate at upstart.com/macOSCan. This show is also sponsored by Notion, one workplace for your startup. Start as you intend to go on is a phrase a friend of mine uses. When you're getting a project or business going, it's easy to sacrifice process for speed, to cobble together ways of working quickly instead of using the right tools from the start. Notion is the right tool to start with. It's an all-in-one team collaboration tool that combines note-taking, document sharing, wikis, project management, and more into a single space that is simple, powerful, and beautifully designed. For startups, Notion can provide a full-on operating system for running every aspect of your company, keeping everyone aligned as you grow fast and take on more. Interested? Want to find out more? Notion is running a special offer just for startups. Get up to $1,000 off Notion's team plan by going to notion.com/startups. To give you a sense, that is almost a year of free Notion for a team of 10. Again, that is notion.com/startups to receive up to $1,000 in free credit to use Notion with your team. That's up to $1,000 value when you go to notion.com/startups. Heading toward this week's Apple Watch pre-orders, news of strength for the wearable among U.S. teens. Mac Rumors has data from Piper Sandler's latest Taking Stock with Teens survey. Quizzing 10,000 kids with an average age of 15.8 years across 44 U.S. states shows Apple Watch beating all others in terms of popularity. According to the piece, Rolex was previously the reigning most popular watch brand among upper-income teens, but Apple is now the most popular watch brand in this demographic. It's unclear from the piece whether popular translates to aspirational or actual ownership, but okay. As far as smartwatch ownership among teens, Mac Rumor says that's up from 30% this time last year to 35%, with most of those sporting Apple logos. Apple now has an 86% market share among teen smartwatch owners, according to the report, with intent to buy inching higher. In the spring of this year, the piece says only 13% of teens intended to buy an Apple Watch, but this has now increased slightly to 15%. While Apple Watch is the product of the week, there is other Apple gear to track with the kids in America. According to the report, 87% of teens surveyed own an iPhone, 88% expect their next smartphone to be an iPhone, 20% told an iPhone 12, 22% expect to upgrade to an iPhone 13 this year, and 67% of teens surveyed own AirPods. Piper Sandler has an overweight rating on Apple shares. The firm's price target on the shares is $175. If you've got a pair of AirPods Pro or AirPods Max, you should be able to find them with Find My soon, if you can't already. A little over 2 weeks ago, just ahead of the release of iOS 15, Mac Rumors ran a piece saying Apple had delayed integration between Find My and the noisemakers. That delay is apparently over. Mac Rumors ran a new piece Tuesday saying that new firmware for both sets of high-end AirPods turns on the Find My support. Prior to now, the piece says AirPods Pro and AirPods Max were listed in the Find My app, but if they were at a Bluetooth range, they would only display last known location. Through the update, the piece continues, the Find My network will provide an approximate location for your AirPods to help you get within Bluetooth range to track down your headphones using the Play a Sound feature in the service. The A15 Bionic is better than Apple's boasts. That is the word from Cult of Mac. In its documentation, Apple had said that the processor powering the iPhone 13 line and the new iPad mini was up to 50% faster than the competition. Now, citing independent tests from AnandTech, the cult says the A15 is actually up to 62% faster than its closest competitors. Perhaps most impressive, according to the piece, there doesn't seem to be any trade-off. Quoting AnandTech, usually increases in performance always come with some sort of deficit in efficiency, or at least flat efficiency. Apple here instead has managed to reduce power while increasing performance, meaning energy efficiency is improved by 17% versus the A14. Graphics performance is also improved, up around 14% according to the cult. AnandTech says the peak performance here is essentially double that of the nearest competitor, so Apple is likely lowballing things again. The testing outfit wraps its assessment saying, overall, while the A15 isn't the brute force iteration we've become used to from Apple in recent years, it very much comes with substantial generational gains that allow it to be notably better system on a chip than the A14. If you tried to order an iPhone 13 with Apple Card on the 17th of September but could not, you may see something unusual in your balance. If you don't remember what happened, there was a snag that morning for people trying to do the pre-order thing with Apple's credit card. For 4 hours and 36 minutes, starting right as pre-orders started, the Cupertino company said some Apple Card customers were not able to make iPhone upgrade program purchases. Folks then had a decision to make: switch to another payment method and miss out on the 3% daily cash Apple offers on such purchases, or keep trying with Apple Card and risk not getting the desired phone on the first day. A lot of people switched to a different payment method, though they were assured by Apple and Goldman Sachs, the bank that backs Apple Card, that the 3% daily cash would be honored. Which leads us to yesterday's weirdness. A piece from Apple Insider on Tuesday had people spotting balance adjustments to their Apple Cards with no explanation as to why. The only indication that the adjustment relates to pre-orders is the fact that it matches perfectly with the 3% missed cash back, according to Apple Insider. The site says an explanation email had been expected, and it sounds like that went out eventually. I got an email from Tim on Tuesday. No, not that one. Rather, macOS Ken listener Tim wrote to me Tuesday saying, I received the email from Goldman Sachs that was referenced in your piece last week. He also sent along that email which said, in part, you successfully completed your iPhone pre-order with a payment method other than Apple Card. We understand that your initial purchase attempt with Apple Card was declined and you didn't earn 3% daily cash. We apologize for the inconvenience you experienced and want to make it up to you. We are providing you a credit for the daily cash on the initial payment of your iPhone 13. You'll see this appear as a balance adjustment in the Wallet app. Boy, timing is everything, huh? Thank you for sending that email my way, Tim. You do definitely rock. Put another pin in the Apple Pay map. 9to5Mac says Apple's contactless payment solution has landed in Bahrain with varying levels of support from 3 major banks. According to the piece, the banks ELA and NBB are offering support for credit cards and debit cards issued by MasterCard and Visa. Meanwhile, the bank BBK is only offering support for its debit cards, according to the report. More news in a moment. But first, a word from Upstart. Fair and fast personal loans. If you're carrying a credit card balance month after month after month, it can feel like a cycle that you are never getting out of. Upstart can help you make the final payment so you can. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 1 million people have used Upstart to get a simple, fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. Upstart looks at more than your credit score, factoring in income and current employment. You can check your rate without impacting your credit score in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000, and you can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/macOSKen. UPSTART, that's upstart.com/macOSKen. Don't forget to use my URL to let them know I sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Upstart.com/macOSKen. Apple's looking to settle a California class action lawsuit. iMore ran a report earlier this week that had Apple offering a settlement of roughly $95 million to make an argument over warranties go away. You know that part in Apple's warranties where they say they'll either fix a broken thing or replace it with stuff that's good as new? The piece from Law 60 had plaintiffs arguing that Apple failed to honor its warranties by replacing broken iPhone and iPad devices with remanufactured units that were not as good as new. iMore says the class action suit covers Apple customers who purchased Apple Care Protection Plan or Apple Care Plus for an iPhone or iPad, either directly or through the iPhone upgrade program on or after the 20th of July 2012, and received a remanufactured replacement iPhone or iPad. Plaintiffs in the case have asked a federal court to approve Apple's proposed settlement. Seems when it comes to legal trouble in South Korea, there's settled, and then there's settled. Apple Insider says accounting experts for the Korea Fair Trade Commission claim Apple owes the country unpaid taxes to the tune of $46 million US. According to the report, Apple Korea is said to have made local carriers foot the bill of up to $25.3 million US, and Apple needs to shoulder $36.4 million in taxes because of the deed, with a penalty hiking it up to $46 million. A piece from Korea Times had a representative of the country's Justice Party calling for the payment. The rep was quoted as saying taxes should be imposed on the company for gains made for passing promotional expenses on to partner firms via having abused its dominant status in business relations. Even though Apple thought it was done and dealt with. In July 2019, Apple Insider says Apple Korea proposed consent decree to the Fair Trade Commission. Apple agreed to change how it operates in the country but did not plead guilty to the accusations. On top of that, ZDNet ran a piece just last month saying that Apple was opening a developer academy and an R&D support center in South Korea as part of a deal to avoid being fined for unfairly forcing local telcos to cover advertisement fees and warranty expenses. It's unclear whether the back tax comment from the representative is sound and fury or could actually lead to something. The Korea Times report had an unnamed industry source saying Apple already dealt with the issue, it drew up a plan, and is following through with it. Apple signed another overall deal. Deadline says writer, producer, and showrunner Sam Catlin has grabbed that golden ticket. As a writer, the site says Catlin served on the NBC crime drama Kidnapped, as well as the short-lived Fox legal drama Canterbury's Law. He went on to be a co-executive producer on AMC's Breaking Bad. That is also where he was showrunner for the drama Preacher. The new deal calls on Catlin to develop and produce scripted projects for Apple TV+. And finally today, remembering the past, and working for the future. You didn't have to be Karnak the Magnificent to predict the plethora of pieces marking the 10th anniversary of Steve Jobs' passing that hit yesterday. We will hit one of those today. Bloomberg ran a note Apple CEO Tim Cook sent to Apple employees marking the date. Quoting parts of that, Steve believed that people with passion can change the world for the better. That's the philosophy that inspired him to create Apple, and it lives in us today. He challenged us to see the world not for what it was, but for what it could be, and he helped so many people, myself included, see the same potential in ourselves. I wish Steve were here to see the way his spirit lives on in all of your amazing work, but most of all, I wish you could see what you do next. Steve once said that his proudest achievements were the ones that were yet to come. He spent every day imagining a future that no one else could see and working relentlessly to bring his vision to life. Steve was a singular figure, but he taught us all how to soar. There's something sweet about Apple actively working for the future on the same day it commemorates that past. Cult of Mac ran a piece Tuesday on a new set of coding resources made available by Apple. The new set is for students and educators at the elementary school level. With it, the cult says Apple now offers coding curriculum tools for kids all the way from kindergarten up to college. According to the report, the tools are designed to be engaging and don't always involve screen time. Kids in kindergarten through third grade discuss, discover, and play to build a foundation in core coding concepts through subjects that include science, art, music, and physical education. Meant for teachers and parents of early elementary age kids, Apple's Everyone Can Code Early Learner's Guide is available now on Apple's education site at apple.com/education. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Notion. One workspace for your startup. Get up to $1,000 off at notion.com/startups. This show is also sponsored by Upstart, fair and fast personal loans. Learn more and check your rate at upstart.com/macOSken. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. info@macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.